We're back. We're back. We're back. It's been a day or two. I think I'm gonna do Anonymum. So, we have Susan Ford's picture. We have Guy Hudson's picture. We got the Mark Clementine's kids, who I just can't find. They got married again, though. Maybe this will show up. Maybe this is Anonymum. And we're supposed to work backwards. It's possible. Then we have this one. Something to do with Beth Knox, I think. Which we will check out. So let's do Anonymum first. This one. It's not there. Where was it? Here it is. All right. Anonymum. They have a new. This was part of. So this is still a thing we haven't followed up on. We still have the Clementines. I think we followed this through. Bess Williams. We delete this page. Where am I going to put Anonymum? Anonymum was the second high-profile case after Felix Fellows of a potential new Rootree being added to the Clanton Trust. I hope I didn't read this. Instead of claiming herself a Rootree, however, she claimed she'd slept with Guy Hudson, and her daughter was a Rootree. Oh no! Is it going to be one of these? No. The accusation came during the height of Rootree mania and began with a brief TV interview. She appeared in the shadows with a disguised voice and promoted an article about herself in News Time. In the interview and the article, she referred to her daughter as Jane Doe Rootree. We have this one. We have this one. I hope it's not them, because I have them all. Not another dead end. Where am I going to put this? Who can I get rid of? Alright. I think 5 Ps. We can ditch. Not a mom. Okay, change our Rootree. The name Anonymum was not self-inflicted. It seemed to spring up organically because nobody knew how else to refer to her. The day after the news article, Sam Matson publicly supported Anonymum, and due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. With the momentum from Sam's endorsement, Anonymum went on media blitz. Unfortunately, this backfired. As more details came out, people became skeptical of her story due to the extreme similarity to 5 Ps. Her accusation even included many of the same details as his mother's story. This included her job and the time period, late 70s. Well, Guy Hudson had a pattern. After fumbling the 5P story so publicly that Roottrees were more prepared to handle all Clanton Trust-related cases, within a week, a DNA test proved that Anonymum's daughter could not be related to the Roottrees. Oh. This was announced at a joint press conference with lawyers representing both Anonymom and the Roottrees. Each party ensured that their respective clients provided accurate samples. Immediately after the negative results were released, many of those who had already been skeptical felt vindicated. Others, who had built up hope that the history would repeat itself after 5Ps, felt duped. Many people suspected the whole affair had been a hoax to gain fame and money. Many demanded that Anonymom be held accountable. And some people even began to attempt to track down her true identity. The Roottrees company felt pressured and put out a statement. The second statement tried to curb some of the backlash, even going so far as to say, though it was scientifically proven that Jane Doe Roottrees is not a Roottrees, that doesn't mean that her mother and Guy Hudson were not involved in an affair. She had every right to make her claim, and it has been verified that her stories about Guy Hudson were not exaggerations. Please leave the family alone. Okay. Many people claim this high-profile anticlimax and public backlash was the beginning of the end for Roottrees mania, since much of the fun was shared fascination about the secret Roottrees. Search for this too. Well, might as well. Here. Let's do it right now. No. Okay. Others think that, like any fad, it just ran its course naturally. Regardless, this was the final notable event to the release of 6 pieces, and things soon went back to normal. Jane Doe Roottrees has already been eliminated as a potential new Roottrees by the company's lawyers, who are not verifying who are the ones. Does not appear on your updated tree. Oh, did I read this already? I must have. I'm really annoyed that this just turned out to be a giant dead end. It said news time, right? Oh. I never printed this. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Roottrees, the first and only mention of the phrase Anonymom. And News Time came the week after, when they issued an apology for featuring her in the first place. The summary of the initial cover article has been added to your evidence. Where are you? Yeah, tattoos? No. Determined through a DNA test. Oh, but there is the envelope, right? Maybe it's this. Here's a summary. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time shortly after 5Ps was confirmed to be a member of the Roottrees family. In an homage to the previous cover, she holds a photo of her daughter. Unlike 5Ps, she wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were obscured. Click on them. The anonymous woman claimed to have had an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as his secretary. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period, while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morton were already gone. She says that she and the other woman were both underqualified, as neither had typewriter experience. According to the other staff members interviewed, Guy had his own requirements for hiring women. Alright. Guy liked to throw lavish parties, and the longer he was president, the more excuses he found. The anonymous woman posits that these parties mostly seemed to be an excuse to have after parties at Guy's home, featuring much more alcohol and other substances. She claims she slept with him at one of these after parties. She confronted Guy when she found out she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem fazed, and they came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money on a recurring basis under the table. She used it to move away and start a new life with her daughter. When Guy died, the money stopped coming, and she assumed things had run their course. She went back to work at the department store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely at how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in News Time, she realized that she wasn't the only one this happened to. While she never worked at the Roottrees company at the same time as 5P's mother, Joanna, their stories seem eerily similar. And she knew Joanna was telling the truth right away. Okay, we have... I can follow this thread a bit. The article presented no tangible evidence of the anonymous woman's time at Roottrees, and all of the payments were allegedly made in cash. However, using details that she provided to Newstime, their reporters were able to reach out to the other women hired at the same time, well, the woman, who also remained anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the timeline of both women and confirmed that the existence of the infamous after-parties. The five-piece case was strengthened, and this news story was subsequently published. Okay, so not at the same time as Joanna. Where was it? It was here. Joanna. Let's go look at the thing. Who are the pharaohs again? Christine Pharaoh, the daughter. Joanna Robertson. No longer listed. Was she on the first page? Elizabeth Cravensworth. Oh. Ah, so they're here both at the same time. Jared Ryan Robinson's there. Next page. Steve Farrell. Gwyneth Madsen is hired. So we have some... Oh, crap. Delete. We have leads. Gwyneth Madsen. As I know, it's probably the next year. Alright, Beatrice Watts and Caroline Swartz were hired. These two. Are these, are these actually just payments to the women? Alright, Beatrice Watts and Corinne Schwartz. I think I might have looked for these two. Not surprised. Oh, I got something for Corinne Schwartz. Cam's up in a few articles from local news stations in Pennsylvania. Some of the people attempting to track down Anonymom were harassing her. She recently had to take a leave of absence because people showed up at the car dealership where she works. She is begging people to stop the accusations so that she can get back to a normal life. In every article you find, the journalists involved have independently verified that she is not Anonymom. So, Beatrice Watts. Periodicals. Well, it just kind of ends the... It just kind of ends it. There's nothing I can search for. Oh. I got these two as well. there's nothing for Beatrice Watts. What can we do? Lisa Lewis. Valerie Ewing. Do I need to know who it is? They mentioned the parties, and I got one picture of the party. Lisa Lewis. Copy. Valerie Ewing. They got married, but how am I going to find this out? Oh, wait a minute. I think there's a way I can find this out. Beatrice, Corinne, Lisa, Valerie. She said she was hired at the same time as another person. There's got to be one pair, one of those pairs. They're gone. Oh, we got Linda Lewis and Angela Ingram. Linda and Angela. Well, it says no change. Alright. Catherine Garrett. Who's that? Well, that's a highlight. None of them got married. Work time temp. Have I looked for this? The Roottrees company is listed on their sites as one of their companies that do business with. Though it's far from the only one you recognize, as far as you can tell, there's no connection. Okay. We got Catherine Garrett, which I don't think is matched. We got Linda Lewis. We have Angela Ingram. Corinne Schwartz is the only one with a result. All right. Is this her? Resides in Pennsylvania. Corinne Schwartz provides in Pennsylvania, though it appears she lives beyond Butler County limits. The only article about her in the Butler County Times appeared within the last month. After she was named in a national tabloid, people have come to her place of work and accused her of being a non-mom. The article claims that it's impossible for her to be a non-mom because her only child is still in middle school. Unless her son's gestation period was approximately 10 years, it doesn't appear like Corinne could have been involved in any of the potential affairs in your tree. Why is this the only name that pops up? Like they just decided not to write the rest. Well, she was hired at the same time. Beatrice. Nothing relevant. Anonymous. History. There's even a picture. Another dead end. I didn't do chained or Roottrees. I searched for this already. Nothing for secret Roottrees. Now, this is smacking me that this might be the secret. Look at the loose ends, like this anonymous business. Schwartz. Well, it could be her grandson, right? All right. So I got the Miracle Dead End, and we got Elias Roottrees and Bess Williams. All right. We also have Elizabeth Beth Knox, which I wanted to search for ages. Dead ends. Nothing to search for. Is this their first game or something? Ford, Clark Rafferty, Chris Rafferty. Why is there another picture of Chris Rafferty? Search for Louisa Rafferty. Roottrees. Yeah, it's old. Back to the drawing board. Why? So it must be Korean. Something's up with Korean. So I'm gonna write it out. Something is up. With Corinne. Shorts. Grandson, maybe? Yeah, but she'd be very old, right? It was 1999. Her son was born in 1989. Oh, so it's just 10 years. The daughter, yeah, his daughter wouldn't be able to have a kid in that time span. Probably not. Okay. There's a whole thing about this. At the same time, we're already gone. All right, let's just confirm Zach Morton's. So who do we have? So Juliet, Joanna, Doris, and Beth. Patrick Decker. Oh! Patrick Decker Jr. is an attorney in Butler County. He's listed on a site that claims detail the best lawyers in every state. From looking at the lack of credentials in the About Us page, you suspect that the lawyers on this the list all paid to be there. His biography mentions his education, that he comes from a prestigious line of law experts, including his father, who was the head of the lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company in the 70s and 80s. Patrick Decker and his son Patrick Decker Jr. both appeared advertised in Butler County Times as lawyers. They're also mentioned in a few articles about specific cases. There's a mention that Patrick Decker took over as head lawyer for the Roottrees Company in 1979. There are no relevant details that add significant insight to your search in any of the articles. Just a dead end. Alright. Joanna's gone. Oh, Joanna Fellows. Alright, Joanna Fellows and Beth leave. So we got... I read something about a Beth. Elizabeth Cravensworth. Juliet and Doris. For twos. Okay. They're gone, so Lisa Lewis and Valerie overlap. We can search for Terry O'Connor. Alright. So he's eligible. Corey Schwartz and Beatrice Watts leave. So these are eligible. Oh, but most they said so. Maybe it is one of these, but no results, no results. I gotta be on the lookout for Lisa and Valerie names now. Oh. I spelled her name wrong. Schwartz is black in German. Yeah, okay. Where is he? Terry O'Connor? Nothing. I spelled it wrong. Boo. Alright. Party. No longer employed by Roottrees. William Sams, just random in search? No. Robert Logan. Emily Seinfeld. I don't know, man. Okay, I read something about a Beth in the office. Let's skim. Private parties, I can search for this. Parties. No, where's she? Patricia Roottrees. Ah. Patricia Roottrees. No. It's dead ends all the time. So Elizabeth Farrow did the Antonelli's thing. Okay. Okay, so I have to follow this. Okay. Let's follow this lead. Okay, Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage. Instead of being a natural course of events, she mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known loudly to argue, sometimes about another woman. Sam also says her son Ernie once asked her, "Who's Beth?" because he overheard them yelling about someone with that name. As far as Sam knows, Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth Knox. Because Elizabeth Knox Bess is also short for Elizabeth, right? Or is Bess short for Betty? Betty is so short for Elizabeth as well. 50 years, so 1926. She's been working there. But according to my guess, we got Bess Williams, which is probably short for Elizabeth as well. Let's take a look. Like, did they have Elizabeth Knox? Elizabeth Williams? You'd assume she'd be married by then, right? John Doe? Is this Roottrees? Did I put this in and it just randomly got cleared? No, that was there the whole time, wasn't it? There's this whole section here that I have not even hide nor hair of this information. Alright, every lead I take is just a dead end. So Bess Williams. Oh, there's still one here. Alright, let's read this. Dictionary defines propaganda as information, especially of a biased, misleading nature, used to promote, publicize a particular. I read this already, so let's skip. I'll skip. Search for Elias at Business Watch again. There's nothing in here. The Roottrees legacy, I can look for that. By Bess Williams, was a very poorly received book about Elias Roottrees. There are a few copies of original published in 1920, but it was recently published in the same publishing company that printed Lauren's Diary for Schools. It seems that they wished to capitalize on Roottrees mania. It did not work. I think I searched for this already. Where did I search for the unknown author? I got like where I got this statue from. Let's back to the statue. Let's go Bess Williams again. Author born in the late 1800s, she lived just outside of Miami and died tragically young in a major hurricane that struck the area in 1926. Her only notable book was Family Man, was widely considered blatant propaganda about Elias Roottrees. Had all been but forgotten until recently. The Boca Doro Library. This was it. Wait, the Miami Sunday, can I... Is it for hurricane? Spell hurricane right? No, I did not. Alright, let's just do the rounds. Uh. It's old. Roottrees. Huh? I read this. Copy. And I searched for this already, I remember. The library no longer exists. You find multiple libraries in the area according to the website library system. There's now the Miami Print Museum. Huh. An author statue. So, yeah, here it is, the Miami Sunday. Cuba by Cubans. Search. At first glance, Marcia Barbin. Cuba by Cubans. I remember that joke. Miami Sunday. I haven't found any article about Miami Sunday. Alright, periodicals, the Miami Sunday. Marcia Barbin. Beth Williams. Bocadoro Library. Miami Print Museum. Alright, back to this. There's one. There's no information about it here except for Elias. Business Watch, or just Bess Williams. Search for Bess Williams. Because I'm getting no other information from this. I'm losing my thread. Of course Dead ends after dead ends. 1. There's somebody I haven't discovered that's in here. Roottrees Rift. Well, there's a Robbie Roottrees thing here as well. Maybe Robbie Roottrees has a kid. Ronnie Roottrees. I got 5 P's. This one. Yeah, okay. I haven't searched for the clans I trust in a while. Okay. Huh? Okay, I haven't read this thing. Usual legal motivation for most of their financial decisions. As a recap, the entire family earns inheritance directly from the profits of the candy company as well as the sister clothing company Root, with the period. This means that nearly every Roottrees can potentially have a say in the company's high-level operations. Historically, this has caused the family to be slow to approve any major expenditures that could significantly dig into the profits. After the release of 6 Pieces by Sam Madsen, the Clancy Trust came under heavy scrutiny. Sam, her children, and her grandchildren would have all been covered out of the trust, according to the wording revealed during an internal family conflict between Ron and Robbie Roottrees. It seems that those who wrote the trust, Clancy Edward Roottrees at the direction of Elias Roottrees, purposely deceived the rest of the family with the exact details of how it worked. In an attempt to keep Sam and her father, Edward Clancy, his own twin brother, in comparative poverty, because of the rest of the family made money a hand over fifth, they had very little motivation to change, question their understanding. Sam's book revealed this to the public and did not go over well. Clark Rafferty LaRue took over the company, and his most celebrated move was the first official one. He ensured Sam's family would get their share. To help facilitate this, Ruby Legal Enterprises. This ensures the financial motivations of Roottrees family members will not interfere with the investigations into potential new Roottrees. According to Clark's letter, however, some family members are still doing their best to slow the investigation by refusing to answer questions. Haven't found any Pix Pops. And where's his son? I read this. Nothing. Lancet Trust. Okay. So I only got 3 leads here, which seem very unleady. Patricia. So it's this. This Beth is the thing I haven't discovered. I haven't discovered Beth, and every search for Beth has led to nothing. Alright, there's an intuition here, so Bess Williams. This must be Bess Williams, although I have her. But everything about Bess Williams goes to nothing. Just dead ends. Immediately. Roottrees Rift. Dark Rapidly LaRue. 5 Ps I got. Roottrees Mania Anonymous. So these two, Danger Roottrees. News time. Why am I hitting a dead end? Alright, his kids. Found some names, no pictures, no nothing. Just gone. Got Bess Williams on a hunch. Absolutely no information is coming out of it. In fact, this confidential doesn't have any intuition in it at all. Search for Gwyneth Roottrees. Come up with nothing. Of course. What can I search for? Copy. Gay rights activists. Bess Williams. There's some detail I missed that's just completely throwing a roadblock and everything. Quotes for Bess Williams appear and have been taken down. Search for this. First Anderson Maple Farm. Copy. Anderson Maple Farm. This is old. Her son Ernie once asked, "Who's Beth?" Someone with that name. Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth. Well, Elizabeth Knox worked for that time, but Elizabeth Knox is probably not her name. Beth Knox, retirement party. Okay, so I don't even have another picture for Elias Roottrees. Where am I gonna find this? Oh, wait a minute. Can I... Wait, hold on. Oh, come on, you piece of garbage. Okay. So that's him. Is this the one I can get? So this is gonna lead me to Elias Roottrees. This is gonna lead me to Elias Roottrees. And this is gonna lead me to Elias Roottrees. So none of this information, like, I need to find something new. Roottrees Rift again. Search. Weeks later. Alright, copy. So business watch. An article about 2 months after the Roottrees, what really happened with Roottrees. The article mentions that nobody in the Roottrees that they were. Did I read this? Okay, I don't think I did. The article mentions that nobody from Roottrees that they reached out to was willing to go on record. Instead, the timeline of events has been constructed from public record, accidental leaks, and a source on the inside. The only parts that are new to you are also the most vague parts, the ones supposedly confirmed by their anonymous source. The timeline says that the family actually held a preliminary vote after Carl Roottrees died, but before the release of Six Pieces, and decided they wanted Ron Roottrees to take over because of his experience running. I read this. Yeah. That the role passed solely to Clark, who nobody was excited about but seemed to be the safest choice. Clark, Rafferty, LaRue. As well as Ruby Spratt and her company, Ruby Legal Enterprise, were featured in Business Watch after the company took over as the keepers of the Clancy Trust. There's an article about the process that interviews both Clark and Ruby. It seems that Ruby actually approached the Roottrees sometime in late March. And after the Roottrees Rift, oh yeah, I suspect that Ruby is involved somehow. And well before Roottrees Mania, an accomplished Ruby Spratt. Alright, 6 pieces. Seems that Ruby approached as an accomplished but relatively low-profile lawyer. She offered to work for very little money so long as she could public face to build a reputation. Okay, I read this. I remember this. Sprat. Accurately is you're relatively elusive. The most complete source of information you find before her time with the Roottrees is from the website for a magazine owned by a major airline. Do I have to like search for like airlines in the States? Aha, I grew up in foster care. It excelled at school and earned scholarship to study at Mid-Eastern University. Is this the one with the Herald? Where there she graduated at the top of her legal class and was quickly hired as a lawyer for a prominent firm. There are a few high-profile corporate-involved cases that she was a part of. One was as a legal consultant for a class action lawsuit against the manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Another was to help a local gas station chain in her hometown of Portland. So I do have the Portland Times, right? The rollout of a promotion allowed gas station customers the ability to bet on the price of gas. The blurb ends by calling her new firm a double threat. Her company's legal services are a cross between a traditional lawyer and a PR manager. I think I read this. Okay, so she's from Portland. Ruby Spratt was featured in the Portland Telegraph when she was in high school in an article called Local Teen Making Change for Foster Care System. According to the article, Ruby Spratt grew up in the foster care system and was apparently valedictorian of her school and was a Girl Scout who, at the time of the article, was earning her Gold Award. This required a project to help the community, and Ruby chose to raise money to build a fountain she called Foster Fountain. The fountain has a few small petals that stick up high above the ground, above the water. People are expected to toss coins into the fountain for good luck and will be encouraged to aim for the top of the pedestals. All the coins scraped from the bottom are slated to be donated to Portland's foster care system. A coalition of local businesses that sponsor the fountain have committed to matching any of the donations that successfully land on the targets. Pictures of her. Briefly covered a lawsuit between Ruby Spratt and Piketty Magazine surrounding Sicily. She said that Sicily didn't have the rights to reach. Okay. I'm guessing like Ruby might be involved somehow, but I'm so annoyed that I've like no leads at all for this. And then, of course, the whole leading to Mark Clementine, his kids, punching the principal, and then nothing. Foster Fountain. The Fountain of Youth, also known as Foster Fountain, is a fountain found in a small park in Portland. All proceeds from change thrown into the fountain are donated to the foster care system. website for Portland's Parks and Recreation mentions under a trivia section that the Fountain of Youth was originally conceived by Ruby Spratt, the alumni of the foster care system and alumni. As more businesses signed on as sponsors, it grew in scope even beyond Spratt's original hopes. The fountain is unique because it has special targets that visitors can aim their coins towards. If a coin lands on one of these targets, each of the sponsor businesses matches it. This isn't a huge amount of money from each business, but more than 100 businesses have agreed to participate, so each penny becomes $1. Sprout or Roottrees. Maybe. So according to this, these leads probably lead to Elias Roottrees. And then I'm stuck. Like I got nothing else. Like this dead-ended. Still missing 2 pictures here. Like I just don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I guess Bess Williams, but this goes nowhere. Like Bess Williams' children. I don't have any newspapers in the Miami area. I do have one, but it doesn't seem to work. That's Williams. Family man. What is the head herald again? Oh, it's a newspaper for the Mid-Eastern University. Alright. Ruby Spratt. Ruby Spratt graduated at the top of her class from Mid-Eastern's legal college. Her valedictorian speech was somewhat controversial at the time, as it was quite serious, with a heavy focus on wealth inequality. This didn't go over well with the predominantly middle to upper class audience in attendance. The editor of the Herald at the time said Ruby, unsatisfied by simply earning her place in Mid-Eastern with a full scholarship, went on to earn a captive audience of her peers with a perfect GPA. It felt like the ideal occasion for a celebration of an undoubtedly incredible individual. However, by the end of her speech, there were many in the audience that wished that neither of those events had transpired. It was a passionate attempt to use her soapbox to proselytize her fellow students and their parents into the religion of poverty. And unfortunately, judging by the silence, they remained unconverted. Alright, let's just... Alright, we got this. This time, read this. Alright, let's pivot to Mark Clementine. It's been a while. if we can find the names of his kids. Mary Webb, Mary Clementine. How did I find all that information about Miracle? I need 5 now, right? What am I missing? Anonymom, it might led to nothing. It led to Corinne Schwartz, and that's it. It's the only name it led to. It says no intuition on it. It's not going to lead me to anything. Alright, so what was... This is not going to reach Regina Salazar. Back to this. Quaker, copy, with Quaker, nothing relevant. Maybe I have to do, like, maybe there's a whole bunch more of the Hedera. Mid-Eastern University. This one? Little Ivy. I like perspectives. All right. Did I use the Hedera to find her, right? I can't believe this. Like, just dead end. Complete dead end. What am I supposed to search for? Okay, there's this now. Okay. So Knox is here. Names I found, at least. I think these are all names I found before. Ingram I found before. Farrow. Elizabeth Cravensworth. I'm searching everything. Now that's coming up. There must be some key detail I missed. And it's just road blocking me completely. Where am I going to get these pictures from? Like, there's clearly exist. And then Chris Rafferty. Something they looked for. So I'll search for Chris Rafferty. Nothing. What did I look for? Conspiracy theory before? Guy's not dead. Copy. I'm pretty sure I read this. Madness. Oh, what about this one? RT29. I remember this had a result. Ron. Mr. was death. New candy recipe. No. Win Roottrees. Okay. Stab Madsen. Decisionitis. I searched for this before. Jit together. The commercial. So I meant to get a picture here. That's Clark. Number 5. Number 3. The Roottrees Candy Company, did I look for that recently? Oh. Got a bunch of people here. We're the pilot and co-pilot of the Roottrees jet during its crash last December. Although the NTSB investigation has not been released, foul play has been ruled out. Trish King was on the cabin crew of the Roottrees private jet. Oh. Elizabeth Nicholson, who went by Eliza, lived in a house with her family about 200 yards from the section of the woods where the plane crashed. She reportedly had a heart attack during the commotion, and her family were unable to reach emergency services due to the overwhelmed phone lines and the ongoing storm. Her son-in-law managed to flag down an officer responding to the plane crash, but it was too late. It's going to give me the same thing. King. What? No. Trish King. period. You look for Brenda White. Too old. All right. States of Ruby Illegal Enterprises. Uh-huh. All right. The whole big stack of nothing. Alright, so the old one, Rafferty. Search. What? I thought I searched for this before. Alright, let's read it. Chris Rafferty's prodigy site seemed to have been discovered by the masses. It gone are the art pictures of his cousins. Instead, there's a list of questions that people keep emailing him. The most relevant ones are the following. Are you the son of Clark Rafferty? Yes, but I didn't grow up with him. I remember him from when I was a little kid, but moved away with my mom when I was very young. We left Pennsylvania and moved back home to Virginia. We lived there with Pete, my stepdad. My dad and I spoke a few times when I found his number on a check he sent us in the mail when I was 15. He was happy to hear from me, and now he calls me once a month and came to visit me at college. He tells me about things I don't remember, and people like Guy Hudson and Ernie Madsen. My dad and I get along, but obviously we aren't very close. Did you ever meet the Roottrees? I used to know the Roottrees, but never the sisters. I was in the office sometimes when I was a kid, and I definitely met Guy Hudson before he died, but I don't remember. My memory is weird. It's hard to know what I actually remember and what I only think I do because I have pictures. For example, I have a photo from when I was 5 and in the office, and my dad and Guy was there. There's the other picture. Finally, I made myself sick by eating chocolate, and some woman who I didn't know cleaned my face. She's got a tattoo on her arm a bit. I don't know if my memories of that come from the picture or not. The photo has been added to my evidence. How did you have proof of Ernie Madsen's heart condition? I knew Ernie had a heart problem because my dad told me on one of the phone calls. I asked him about the poison because I saw it in the Roottrees Curse website, and he emailed me. I can look for the Roottrees Curse again. Okay. Oh, it's the same site. Yeah, okay. Back. Oh, this one. But he emailed me some old stuff, including the proof, but even with the proof, the website didn't take it down. You spelled fiance wrong. I'm not good at spelling and writing. I'm good at painting and other arts. I'm going to school to learn how to edit movies. I want to make cartoons someday. Lulu is much better at spelling. Where's my picture? There's the tattoo. Alright, I got this picture finally. Alright, this is where I'm going to call it. After all that, I stumbled upon the pictures of Guy. Still complete and utter dead end. I'm gonna die. See you next time.